Go.
So, my student, whenever I worked with her, she was from Vietnam, and I had to like do research about like, and I wrote about this in like the group discussion. But yeah, so she was from Vietnam, and so I had to like Google like Vietnamese like transfer effects that they like have in English. And so things that she struggled with was like constant clusters. So like PRs, CL, BR, especially like
It's the R,
R's,
right?
it's the R. And she would always be like, with the word like produce, she would always skip the P, and she would just say reduce.
What is she from again?
She's from Vietnam.
Yeah.
And so she would always like skip over that first consonant and just pronounce the second one, and I'd be like, no, you gotta pronounce it. So that was always really hard. And then she didn't really have this, but one of the things that I learned was that Vietnamese speakers, they tend to, I think it's because of Vietnamese, they don't like pronounce, like they drop the ending of their words. So they do that in English. So
Yeah,
like,
because they don't have it in their L1.
right.
That's why it's hard for them to do an L2.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know Vietnamese, but like in English, they would say like the example I used was like they'll say instead of lights, they'll say light, and so they'll completely drop.
I didn't know that.
Like the TS, and that's like super common. And then also with like third person verbs, like he runs, they're not gonna pronounce the S at the end of runs. They'll just say he run.
And they're like actual like L1 words. They like really short.
Yes.
So
They
don't. I don't. Yeah, it's hard for them to make like long words.
Yeah.
So they just like shorten them.
And you're like, that's not how it works in English.
What's it called when you like make it easier? I swear there was a word. Okay, and it was in Spanish linguistics. Never mind. Yeah, I always mix everything up. It's like something that like shortens the words. I forgot what it's called.
But anyways, so that's like what we work on. And then just like the general like TH, like she can't pronounce like the, or like ja.
I can't do that.
Cha.
I mean, like, I barely see the difference. Ja, 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 ja. Leisure. Ja, ja. Leisure.
Oh yeah, you guys have that sound in English. Okay, you don't.
Ja.
You don't have it in alphabet, but you guys have it in the sounds in English.
I was like, you guys who? Like Spanish speaking part of me or English speakers? I don't know.
I know not in the alphabet, but you guys have English sounds. Those words like leisure. Leisure. Yeah. That's why you can pronounce it.
And that's why like with me with Arabic, because in Spanish you have like the ha, or not the ha. Well, it's like
Aha.
Oh,
Aha.
just
Ha 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 ha.
ha ha. In Arabic you have the ha.
No, I feel like in your Spanish, you have it, but like cajon. Oh, okay, I do have it. Never
Oh, I
mind.
thought you were almost
Cajon.
But in Arabic, there's like normal ha, and there's like ha.
Well,
I cannot do that.
there's the ha, there's the ha, which is like the, you know, like there's the dark L's, which is a lock. It's the same thing. It's like, and there's a sod, the hod, the dog.
So it's like different
Yeah, I can
levels of.
pronounce all of them except that. Like I'm not doing it right now.
The cough. But, and then like also in Arabic there's the ha, no, yeah, there's ha and ha.
Yeah, you also
Which I
talked
think
about
ha
in
is more
discussion
English. But I haven't worked. But anyways, what's the other thing that I was supposed to say?
So
What's an activity that you would like?
yeah.
Oh, an activity. Oh,
What activity or idea for that particular pronunciation problem your student has?
whenever I worked with her, it was kind of boring. so I felt really bad. But I made like a worksheet of like minimal pairs, and it was just like pronunciation drills. But it's really, I feel like it's really hard to make like fun activities with pronunciation. Unless you did something like what the video showed with like the actual phonetic transcription. I feel like that's fun because they're like, this is funny, that's not how you actually spell it. I don't know.
Well, last semester I made that kind of activity to my students where she needed to watch a video and guess what will happen next. Like to use like future tense. Like I think this will happen and like at the end of the activity, guys, guess what she said?
What did she say?
She said, "Is it what do you do in your free time? Like you watch those videos?" of like, no, this actually this activity I learned from my TESOL class because I was taking TESOL 1 and we were going over that and I was like, let me try this activity with my student. And I felt like so bad. I was like,
You're like,
because I was like,
Okay,
yeah,
we're
maybe I
not
should
doing that
explain
again.
her. yeah.
shoot.
So if you guys do something fun activity, let her know you'll learn this from in your class.
From your
It's not what do you do.
For free.
Do you do this?
When you're bored. Oh, man. But no, okay, something that some students might think it's fun, some others might think it's boring.
Yeah.
So it's like it really depends on your students. Scary.
Yeah.
I'm a really boring person though. Like I'm the kind of person who would
I don't think you are.
But I would watch when it comes to me learning languages on my own. I'm the kind of person who will buy like the grammar books and will go through all the grammar books. I'm very boring on my free time.
I feel like the fun activity is more for students who don't talk. Like you cannot make the student talk. Like when you ask her something, they'd be like yes or no. That was my student. Like she wouldn't talk much. That's why I made her talk. She's like, what will happen? And she's like, I think this will happen, but like took a while to be like, She was like sitting like this a minute. She was like, I think this will happen. You know, like even though like she needs to talk, like she would talk like really slow or take her time. And I think the fun activity is more for the students who don't like to communicate and they just have to communicate in that activity in order to do that.
What activity would you? What activity would you do? Was that the one that you were talking about? The activity?
Would I do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
like-
actually talked about it.
So if you were to offer like a different activity though than the one that you did with your other partner, what would it be?
You think, are you asking if I'm gonna use the video activity with my Turkish student?
Yeah, or like would there be another activity that you would use with your Turkish student that you didn't?
Like fun activities, like videos or something, or like any.
Fun activity.
Ooh, I just thought of one. Okay, so like charades, but they have to pronounce the thing that they're saying, like guessing, right? And if they don't pronounce it right, then like they lose a point instead of gaining one.
Yeah, that one motivates them.
But I feel like that would be a really fast-paced game. It would have to be
Like intermediate.
well, it'd have to be like big words or like words that are difficult.
I think it's gonna be more fun if there's like more than one student. It's gonna be more
Oh
fun
yeah,
'cause they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
compete. But
Yeah, it would have to be like half the class versus half the class. You know, half the class versus half the class.
Yeah. That would be.
I feel like you would,
competitive.
yeah, that would be competitive and like it would try to make them like I don't know.
You could even do like one of those like those things that Samantha does with
Oh, Jeopardy.
like a Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah.
Like an online Jeopardy game.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Samantha
you would-
usually makes fun activities in the
I
class.
know. The one with like Oh, we didn't. We had like a pronunciation game with like the shark. Do you remember? We had to figure
Oh!
out. I don't remember.
Wait,
what it
why
said.
I don't remember.
I remember the little shark.
What are
And it
you
was like
talking
it wasn't
about?
pronunciation. It was about like IPA.
I don't know what you're talking
It was
about.
like each one of us got a piece of paper, and we each had like different
Like clues.
clues about what sound it was. So it was like voiced out.
You had to put it together.
You were there though.
I don't remember though.
And then we came together and we all filled in like a little paragraph, and then it was like about a shark or something.
Okay.
You don't remember?
No. Was I?
Well-
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't miss any of her classes.
That's like kind of like a puzzly activity, right? Like, yeah.
and it's communicative because like you're working.
Because you're working together, you have to talk to each other. Like, what did you get?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? No, that's not what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
What else?
Anyways,
What other ideas to help your students? Oh, the first like videos that were in, like not the second long video, but the first video with that lady. I was like going through her YouTube, and she had like things of like pronouncing long vowels with like rubber bands. And I feel like those would be fun things to do. I don't know.
with rubber bands?
Yeah. So it was like
I saw parts of the video, so I like.
I don't have my.
I know.
It was like
It's not common.
it was like water or something like that. Like they would have the rubber bands and they would stretch it for like the
Oh,
long,
for how? Yeah.
something like that. And then she also used like kazoos. You know what a kazoo is?
No.
It's that little like instrument thing. It's like
I feel like my student will think I'm stupid or something.
You don't know what a
when you do
kazoo
that.
is?
The stuff she did.
The,
Yeah.
the one that doesn't really make a sound,
it's
but
like
it's
a
like
buzzing kazoo.
my daughter has one.
It looks like this. It's probably a very American thing. I don't know if it's around the world. It's like this little thing that you blow in it and it
Yeah.
makes like a sound.
What is this for?
Well, a lot of people just play with kazoos and they just like mess with them, but with the way that she was using
Yeah,
it,
what
Isn't
was,
it like kind of like an instrument too? Like it can.
yeah, because like it can, you can like do like pitches and stuff. with it.
Yeah.
So if you go ooh, it'll go.
So wait, why she used it?
She was using the kazoos to help with like either stress or
Syllables maybe.
syllables or something like that.
Apple.
Yeah,
Huh.
it was like so you
Or like
could hear.
Because in those things you can kind of talk in it. I don't know how to explain
really
it.
want a kazoo
I'm
right now.
going to bring one.
I really want one.
So it's to figure out like how many syllables in the
It's
like,
not to
make?
figure
It,
out.
I feel like it could be a couple things.
It's yeah. It's,
Okay.
you can use it for different purposes. But I think it's a good like an auditory way of hearing your syllables. If you have like a monosyllabic versus
I
like
didn't
a
watch that one, but I watched.
polysyllabic. I don't know what I'm saying, but
What is that? Please elaborate. What is-
a monosyllabic is
it's just one,
syllable.
and then poly,
It's just, I don't know if it's
A lot.
poly is the right way. Or
or like but no.
I have
no.
idea.
I don't
Try.
think.
Literally don't.
Try syllabic.
Trying so hard, actually. But so like, I think those videos were cool. She honestly, the reason I didn't like go through her videos was because I was sitting at one of the library computers and they're huge, and so whenever her video popped up, it was like her face,
I know.
and I was like, everyone's gonna be like, what are you watching? So,
That's funny.
but
So
yeah, that's a good pronunciation.
yay. Okay. Have a good day, professors.